Good morning, everyone. Morning, Mr. Crazy for Knives, TC Blades, Pete, Drummer, the crew. As Crazy for Knives just said, I had the night off last night. I slept most of the night. I am ill prepared for this morning's video. I'm going to rely on y'all to help this morning. I actually don't feel the greatest this morning, which is kind of odd for me. I usually feel pretty good most all the time. Uh, and if I don't, I have a good way of acting like I do. So, not sure what's going on with that, but I'll be all right. Maybe I just need to wake up a little more, start feeling a little better, my attitude on. SC Knife Monkey, good morning, sir. I was hoping maybe one of you would like to come up and share some stuff today with your collections. 54% tariffs on China. What in the world? When did this happen? And is that in the US or other countries? I have not been keeping up with the news. Yesterday, I did a little bit of running around. I actually went back out to Thursday is normally a tutorial day, but I don't have anything planned for today, so I don't know what to do. Yesterday, huh? That sucks. But we'll figure something out. I mean, who knows? Could end up modding something regardless. Anyway, I did a little bit of running around yesterday. Went to my daughter's. Got that package out for Jed with those 10 knives in it. Can y'all believe I was able to ship 70 ounces? So 4 pounds, 6 ounces of knives for $6. That's pretty amazing. Crazy for Knives. The project with my daughter is done. I just went to kind of check in on things, see if she needed any tools to help finish. She does. I'm going to take her some sanders today, an orbital sander and something else, and she's still got some sanding to do. Morning, Ed. But most of the day, while I was running around, I carried this again. I don't know why, other than I like it, I guess. But yeah, it came in handy. Cut quite a few things with it. Which brings me to another topic. Yesterday, I didn't show the fact that I dyed the black on this side, and it looks way better than the one that how it originally looked. So it kind of looked like that originally, all splotchy and not even. And when I sanded it, it turned out looking pretty good. I've still got this is a Remet woodpecker. As you can see, it has no screws or no pivot. But yeah, this black looks way better now, so I got to do this side. But I have to disassemble the knife completely to do that side, so I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, Crazy for Knives. This is a Remet. It's got a sliding scale on this side that you slide off to get to the innards. It does have a pocket clip right there. You can see it. But it's got these two little screws that lock into place on this side when you slide them. Kind of like those picture frame hanging things where it's got a bigger hole to a smaller hole and you slide it into place. Anyway, I carried that one most of the day. And I did get a new watch in. I got the Moon Swatch, the Omega Swatch kind of sports kind of watch. Not my normal style. It's got Velcro, of course, and cloth, but it's keeping good time. All the subdials work. That's the second hand on that subdial down there. And then the stopwatch works, and it does in increments of half second, which is cool. And then the reset works, so everything seems to work on it. So I got that yesterday. Also got, let's see, something. I got some shoes for my daughter, but good morning, Southpaw Carrie. Started thinking about this morning when I got up about my first knives and throwback stuff, and I guess Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts is where I first got into knives, and we had a store close to a mall at my house that I could actually ride my bike to, and it was called, I believe it was called Chad's Camping Gear, or it could have been Champ's Camping Gear. I can't remember, but I want to say it was Chad's. Maybe Chad's Outdoors, Chad's Camping, Chad's something. Oh, that's cool, TC Blades. Uh, what do you think of the Cortex and the Transient? But yeah, there was a cool camping store, and it was kind of tailored to the Boy Scouts in our area. That's where they would send you to get your stuff. And they had a pocket knife there that I ended up buying. And I think that was the first knife that I had taken pride of ownership of. And I cannot remember for the life of me. I was probably 10 years old, 9 or 10 years old. Oh, good deal, drummer. Uh, Excited to see what you think about that thing. See if you think it's as comfortable as I think it is. But yeah, I can't remember exactly which model it was, but I imagine it was probably. I think I remember it had 4 blades. It might have had 3, but I went trying to kind of look at what it could have been this morning, and it might have been one of these. I think it was branded with the Boy Scout logo on it, and so it was something kind of similar to one of these. It was in a lot better shape than these, but of course the same knife would probably look like these now. But I cannot remember exactly what it was. But I remember that I cherished that thing. And they had another model that I couldn't afford. Weekender. Yeah, the Weekender's cool. That's got the multiple blades, huh? Kind of looks similar to those. Uh, but like I said, the Boy Scouts was probably the first time that I ever used a knife regularly and thought it was special to have one because some of the Boy Scouts didn't have theirs. And I remember we had something else too. Maybe it was a cheap, like, but some kind of fork and spoon set that folded up. Yeah, the Benchmade Weekender was as a, let's see. I almost bought a clone of it, of course. I'm not going to buy a real one, but Weekender. Yeah, that's the one that's got a blade on either end. I mean, I don't know, $380. Oh, there's $200 one with G10. 250 with micarta. I like the micarta version. Yeah, that would be a good Boy Scout knife for nowadays, for sure. Oh, how things have changed. Let's see what the clone. I believe I almost got. I should have paid attention to what the number was. I didn't actually look at it. What is the number on it? Let me go back. Whoops. 317. So go back here. Type in 317. And we have nothing. Anyway, they make clones of them. I don't guess OK has them. Which is weird because I could have sworn I saw one on there. $317. Yeah, $317. Here it is. So $30 is a little better than $300. We have the blue and green. And they also have the brown. That looks like micarta, but I guess it's G10. Good morning, Ron Crow. Morning, Doc Seuss. Oh yeah, there's no clip. Yeah, that's another thing about certain knives that ruin it for me. The no clip part. That's probably why I didn't get one. But there's something to be said about being able to drop it in your pocket, I guess. Crazy weather last night across the country. Hope all y'all are safe and well. Let's see what's anything else being talked about. Oh, $140. Yeah, that's a good price on it. TC likes the Cortex. Did everybody have crazy weather where they were? Pocket check. Nick posted his pocket check this morning. Let's check that out. he's in the Discord, but not sure that he's in the YouTube, but I guess he is. Let's see, where's the button for Discord? So there's Nick T's pocket check this morning. A couple of very similar knives. Well, kind of similar. Non-traditional blade shapes, but both look cool. What has everybody else got in their pockets today? TC Blades posted a Boker pick he got, evidently. Not sure which model Boker that is, but we looked not long ago and Boker had, there's the Cortex. Those are cool. Those look like Meton Ball scales a little bit on that Spyderco. Other pocket checks. TC's yesterday pocket check. Very cool, very cool. The Boker Con Feldspar. I also can't get woken up this morning. Went to Knife Center. I noticed they had quite a few Wii, Civivi, and Syncut models, new ones in stock since Blade Show happened. There's the 6 Gill. I kind of like that one. We looked at it. There's that Anaki. The win some, lose some. Nested frame lock. Yeah, Knife Center had quite a few new knives. I guess we came out with a new Silox version. And the Winsome, I'm not sure about it yet. Seems I've got to decorate everything to the 9th. 10th. M390, that's good. 3.74 inch blade, that's good. Price isn't bad either. That full dress version, a little more pricey. Win some. The Vosteed Ankilo, I love that knife. Kaiser Cliff, I'm not familiar with the Kaiser Cliff, I don't think. Huh. Yeah, it looks like a good little beater knife. Yeah, definitely a good little beater knife. Can't beat a $40 Kaiser, that's for sure. Yeah, that bead blasted handles on that one. Camillus USA made knife in the Discord. Yep, super cool little knife. That's very similar to the one I had. It probably was a Camillus. That's one Drummer just posted for us. Yeah, that reminds me a lot of the one I had. It's sad to see brands like that used to mean something end up being in Walmart now and ruined. Oh, did you get it in the mail finally, Pete? What's a what's a Shielding Rain? Yeah, what is a Shielding Rain? Not familiar with that one. Aha! It's an EDC knife with 154 CM blade steel. Well, that's a cool knife. Buy here. All right. Let's click the link. Oh, good price too. Huh. There's all kinds of knives out there that I've not heard of. That one has a rather aggressive blade. What is the scythe? Is that another Shieldon knife? Products. Yep, it is another Shieldon. Wow, that is a kind of crazy thing, huh? That is a weapon for sure. I bet Knives Are Life would like that one. That's a pretty crazy thing right there. But I was looking at some other new releases from at Knife Center, and there was a few. These North Mountain blade looked interesting. I like the blade grind on them. And then ProTech is really hitting the market hard here lately. There's that Janasong. That's definitely a different kind of knife. Still not quite sure how the mechanism all works because everybody does it so fast, but I believe it's got a couple of different pivot points for sure. Yep. They don't have an action video, but I'm sure Blade HQ would, but like I said, they'd probably be going a little fast. Microtech has released some more SOCOM Elites and MSI. There's a Baron Sons Barlow. Bear Ops. I don't think I've heard of them. Maybe I have. Good morning, Knives Are Live. Good morning, Sever 7. That's cool, TC Blades. North Mountain just sent you knife for review. Like to see how it goes with that brand. Let's see what else. Some $600 Sabenzas. Yeah, I really love the Bel Air. It's a good little knife. For a company that I've dogged and talked bad about for a long time, Kershaw, the Iridium and the Bel Air from them are two that I can stand behind. Rest of them, not so much. They've just gone down in quality, in my opinion, but those two are pretty nice. And there's that one that Ed showed us the other day. It's a cool knife. Ow, ow, coffee burn, coffee burn. Latama is one of the ones I'm going to keep my eye on because I like a couple of their designs. I like that one too. Because that has a 3.5-inch blade, but yet it doesn't look like it, you know? The dimensions on the scales and blades look really good on that knife, and that price is fair. It's around the artisan price, you know. I believe it's probably around the same quality as an artisan. I wouldn't be surprised if it has a similar OEM. I'm not sure who the OEM is on these, but just says made in China. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on those, and I like the look of that knife a lot. It's got the clean knifey knife lines that I like, just plain. Let's see, what else do we got here? We got that Anaki, the 6 scale again. What is this crazy coin claw thing? That looks almost like that thing that lady had on her wrist in the Blade Show video. Something else Knives Are Life might like to carry. It's a kind of a wild thing we got going on there. Comes with a nice little, an auto button operated coin knife. What do y'all think of that thing? That's pretty wild. Oh yeah, Knives Are Life. That watch thing she had or whatever that popped out of her hand and had a cord, and pretty wild. That coin is pretty wild too. We win some again. A machine ground 80/20. I like the blade shape on that one. I like a lot of things about that one. Copus blade. I don't like the recurve, but I guess that lends to the blade shape, which I kind of do like. So you give and you take, I guess. I really like the finish on those scales. That's pretty wild. Yeah. I anodized that 80/20 not long ago, that green one we did. But I like those scales better. Bear and Son seems to be putting out a few. And we have Gavco. He's got a high fin, but what's going on with this one? Custom. Oh, it's got a Spidey hole. That's different. And that's pricey. Both models are $1,500. Wow. $1,500 for Nitro V blade steel. And an ugly handle. Huh. That's different. What else we got? Yeah, the new versions of the Sparrow just came out. I kind of like that pattern. Medusa fat carbon. So it's got what, fat carbon on one side and titanium on the other, or titanium? No, it'll have titanium liners, I guess. Oh no, it is titanium on one side. Yeah, I like my Sparrow. I like that Medusa, or yeah, I like that fat carbon. It's a cool pattern. See what else we got. Maybe a couple of new versions of the Bulldog. I love that little knife. ZT Sinkovich. Mech Force Roadster. Let's look a little chunky, beefy knife. It's had a $420 price tag. It's kind of ironic. And we got the ZBP Microtex. I wonder if they've worked on their out the side lockup, like the SOCOMs and stuff, since they came out with the new ZBP for their out the fronts. Although the lockup on those has been pretty good. There's the Chop 3. I almost bought one of those. Well, no, maybe it was a Chop 2 that I was going to get. Limited edition. North Mountain seems to kick stops and everything there. It's a good price for a kickstop knife with so there's the flipper tab when it's closed, and then it goes away when open. Yeah, that's a good value on a knife. $130. Cool little knife. Here we go. We got a link. Oh yeah, that's one I bookmarked. Love that knife. I don't know why it says October and it's still not out yet, maybe? Yeah, I guess, or maybe it did sell. Yeah, I love that knife. That's a beautiful knife. Let's see what else we got here. Riot Terminator. That's a futuristic looking knife. Kind of reminds me of, their whole T1000 line. Riot gets pretty wild with their own designs. But that's definitely a cool knife. A little pricey. There's the RTB. Oh yeah, we forgot to look at the Remet yesterday, Pete. But that's a cool looking little knife. And so is this one. I want to see the back of it. Where's the back of it? Why do they show 4 pictures of it but don't show the back? It makes me so mad. Especially on a, you can kind of see the back a little bit up there, but I might have to get one of those. That is a clean knife. Remet's really doing their thing recently, man. They're really stepping up the game. I'm really impressed. So what's the difference between these two and the two prices, $355 and $375? Oh, it's a hand ground satin. $20 for the extra belt satin on the blade. Man, that one, that's the model right there. Man, that's a nice knife. Am I the only one that thinks that's a super sexy knife? Yeah, Sever 7. We were going to look at it yesterday, and I forgot. But man, am I the only one that likes that knife? Let's check out the Peregrine Falcon Agile. See, that's basically the same knife with a I mean, not the same knife, but with a button lock. We got that one and that one. They're real similar. Neither one have any external screws. One of them's an integral and one of them's a button lock. Price is good on this one. I think I did look at it for a second yesterday, but because I started to order one. But I think I might change my order around to this one. I just wish that price wasn't so steep. Yeah, one is a front flipper too. But that button, I like the button placement on the new Peregrine Falcon better than the old one. Little blue button. Push my blue button. So it's got the same sliding handle as the one on the table here. I'm guessing they're going to try to incorporate that into quite a few of their new models. Super cool, super cool. I like this one because it's an integral. And the lock on it, let's see. So it's a nested liner lock, which is, yeah. I likey. Let's see what we got here. WD 107 button lock. DLC. M390 DLC. That's a fair price too. I like the little scalloped part there that they milled in. I like those thumb studs too. They're okay. Not just plain. Got a little what? So I'm guessing that's a top liner actuated button lock instead of a plunge. There's a wild species. I've got one of those. Kestrel. Yeah, that Kestrel right there for 325 is a pretty, with the satin belt satin blade. Sever 7. So that's why they showed, they didn't show the back of it, huh? So it's kind of got the little cover like my Exciton. Let me go back and look. See if I can tell. Yeah, I'm wondering why it says uh, so yeah, okay, so it's got a top cover. That top piece slides off. I see where the line is. The bottom part of the handle stays on, but the top slides off. Yeah, you can see it there where the line is. So it's more of a, yeah. All right, well, KB 454A knuckles. KB. Did I type the wrong number? 454A. Yeah, there it is. Aha. That's a weird little thing. And then the karambit. The Wrath. KB 271. KB 271. Yep, not there yet. I wonder if they I wonder what they'll, I mean, they'll probably price it a lot lower on White Mountain. I wonder why White Mountain doesn't have it yet. It's kind of weird. The Discord buy sell trade. Wild species, $100. There's the bottom one. Why would you get rid of the duck? Thought you loved that thing. I guess you got to swap around knives to get new ones. And did y'all happen to look through Ed's album of knives pictures. I did. I sent him quite a bit of ones that I was interested in, but he's got his Flickr with all his photos. I scrolled through all 13 pages and made screenshots of all the ones I was interested in. I can't believe I bought that Venom knife a couple of days ago. I'm still surprised I bought that. I don't know actually why. I mean, I guess I don't even know what the original price on that knife was, and if I got a deal, I just kind of jumped on it. I did get it cheaper than what he had it priced at, but just I guess I like the Zerk pivot collar and the clip. I mean, and back spacer. I love the milling on it, and I imagine it was probably pretty pricey when it was new. I just don't like that big Venom billboarding. The action on it I do like. Sick action. Wonder if I could figure out what the price is. So that is a Maverick V2. Kevin John Maverick V2. Maverick. I guess that's the same knife right there, maybe? Yeah. So it wasn't, except this one doesn't have the same Zerk parts on it. I don't believe. Yeah, it doesn't have the Zerk backspacer or the Zerk. Yeah, it does have the same pivot. Might have the same backspacer. I don't know. Well, I got a good deal on it anyway. I didn't pay the 210. I paid 180. So 180 was a good deal on that knife. I've already got a guy that's already wanting to buy it. He saw me buy it on the knife swap. And he said if I wanted to sell it to message him, so he thinks I paid 210, so I could instantly make a little money on it. Yeah, that knife is something else. I don't know when people will start getting them in, but I'll be looking for one on Knife Swap whenever they do come in. They're not there yet because I typed that into Reddit and they didn't pop up. So people sell them the same day they get them. New batch of regular Rosies with that pattern, M390. That'll be awesome. But that one's not coming up on Knife Swap yet. Not sure when the order will be actually. There's an Equerry that sold for 100, or that's for sale or sold for $100. It's a good price on an Equerry. If I can get any Miggeron for around $100, I'm happy. By burned Blade Alchemy, do you mean like how so? I mean, there's that could apply to all kinds of stuff. Like sent the wrong knife, or sent a knife worse than what I paid for, or completely ripped off, or what are we talking about as far as being burned? Oh, on knife swap? I guess you're talking about on knife swap. No, sir. I have never been burned. And like I said, on knife swap, it's geared towards the buyer. The seller, uh, yeah, I got you. I figured it out after a second, laid off Pete. I had to read the sentence before it about you breaking your knife swap cherry. Yeah, a lot of people are intimidated by knife swap, and I was too when I started. And then I realized that the rules are so geared towards the buyer to protect the buyer. So they have all these rules over here on the right hand side. And like I said, when a person is new and starting off on knife swap, they can only accept one form of payment. They can only accept PayPal goods and services. So until they've got 25 swaps, they cannot accept any other kind of payment except for PayPal goods and services. And if you go under payment methods here, it'll say that it says users under 25 flare must use PayPal goods and services for selling a knife, and under no circumstances can take non-PayPal goods and services. So that instantly protects the buyer, because if you don't get the product that you were promised, then you can just dispute the charge on PayPal and get your money back. So once I realized how structured it was and it wasn't risky, then I wasn't worried about buying from the forum. And the fact is a lot of these people, like you see this first guy right here, he has 78 swaps. The next guy has 135 swaps. Next guy has 111, 96, 54, 47. So it's the same guys over and over again. And then when you get to like this guy in the pink here, it says 5 swaps, PayPal goods and services only. And they make you they make you give a good description of the knives. They make you have pictures of the knives. They make you show a timestamp to show that you're really the user that owns those knives. There's lots of protections in place. And I almost bought this. I saw when my alert popped up when this one came up, but I didn't want to pay $310 for it. But I almost bought that this morning. If it would have been cheaper, I would have. I mean, not, yeah. And I almost bought this compadre too to match my other two. But anyway, this is a new guy that's only had 5 swaps, so he has to take goods and services. But everybody in here, trusts that it's going to happen the way it's going to happen. And the mods are super on top of stuff. Whenever somebody does get labeled as a scammer, they put them on a list. And there's a list of people not to trust on here. So somewhere on Knife Swap up here is a I forgot what they call it, but they have a list of scammers, known scammers, but they get kicked out. Oh, here we go. Universal scammer list. So they have this thing called the USL, and they get added to it from all the different forums if they've been a scammer. So you can search anybody's name beforehand and see if they're on the universal scammer list. Of course, I've never had to like physically search anybody because you can kind of tell when people make posts whether they're legit or not. I mean, they tell you about the knife, they show you a picture of their name next to the knives. You message them and ask them to send you a video of this or that of the knife, and they'll send it to you. So it's pretty. When I first started, I did have one guy try to scam me, and the way I got scammed was I went to this wanna buy thread. And this is where I would say most of the scamming would happen, because you post what you want to buy and other people can just message you out of the blue. So I had a guy message me saying that he had the knife that I was looking for. Well, I asked him a couple of simple questions, and he sent me some pictures of a knife, and I just did a reverse image search real quick and found that knife was posted somewhere else, and he was trying to scam me. So I told the mods, they banned him, it was over with. But the wanna buy thread would be where nobody ever looks at it anyway, so I don't ever use it anymore. Like, nobody goes here first and scrolls all down through here to see if they have a knife they're about to sell and somebody wants it. So this wanna buy thread is kind of pointless. People just post them. Like, they don't go through that whole wanna buy thread before they post them. So yeah, I know it seems scary, and a lot of the times I've bought 3 or 4 knives from the same person. So a lot of these guys I'm serious, they just get them for a couple of days, see how they feel, and then turn them back out on Knife Swap again. Like, they're just constantly swapping knives all day long. And there's 104,000 people in here, so I don't know. Some of these people have like 1,000 swaps. Like, I'm trying to scroll down through here and see if I see any with some big numbers, but there's some big numbers. I've got right at 100 now, and all mine have been purchases. I haven't sold a single knife on Knife Swap, but I'm getting close to getting to 100, which is, you're called a knife god when you get to 100. So I've almost reached knife god status without selling a single knife on there. But to answer your question, your initial question, I bought nearly 100 knives off here now, and not been scammed or sent the wrong knife or one that wasn't described like it was supposed to be or anything. So that should give you some kind of solace and peace about it. But the cool thing is you can find any knife you want on here. And this is my go-to standard for what a knife is worth, because a knife is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. So like a random knife that I have, a Bestech Supersonic. You can type that in. 6 months ago, one sold right here. Here's a Chevron Nebula that sold 6 months ago for $240. So people that think those are all, new knives, they've been around 6 or 7 months. But right here, Bestech Supersonic sold for $108. So I know it's about $100 knife. That's the one I've got. That's the version I've got. That might have been the one I actually bought, but I paid $80. I always go in and chat them and drop down a little bit from what they offer. I'm trying to see if I was the one that actually bought this one. Doesn't look like I was, because I didn't send a chat or but anyway, checking prices, like, it's the way I check prices too. Like, here's a Luft Avant in black micarta that sold for $135. So it just gives you a kind of a good reference points on prices also. I use it for all kinds of stuff. Nick Martino, there's a Facebook group called Blade Traders that's really big. Um, and I'll just leave it at that. But you have to have vouchers and stuff. Blade Traders is a really good Facebook group. There's a lot of good guys in there too, and in there you have, when you want to go to buy a knife from somebody, you make a post that says, "Can anybody give me any vouchers for this guy?" And the people will join the post and say, "Yes, I can vouch for this guy. I've bought so and so knives from him." Blah blah blah. But look up Blade Traders on Facebook, and I guess I could show. I mean, I just don't want to go into my Facebook account, honestly. Uh, Let me see if I can show you what it looks like without showing you what it looks like. Yeah, I guess I could. Let me see if here's the group number. Let me turn the camera on for a second and make sure it's going to look okay. Yeah, so I'm not a member on this account, but this is what it looks like. If you want to find it, it's called Blade Traders. It was established back in 23. There's 4.5 thousand people in here. It's private. There was 103 new posts today. There's a bunch of rules. It's out of Texas. People first, gear second, but it's a private group. You can join the group. You got to answer some questions. But that's what if you look, here's the, I'll put the link to in the chat. So there's the group. But I'm way more leery of the Blade Traders Facebook than I am Knife Swap, because Knife Swap is very regulated and Facebook is way more shady to me. And there's no real good structure system with bots and all kinds of stuff set up on Facebook to check whether the person doing the right thing, and having to do those vouch posts is kind of different than showing how much flair they have and how many sales they have on Reddit. So I would highly suggest you use Knife Swap instead of Blade Traders, but Blade Traders is another option. I bought a couple of knives off of Blade Traders and met a couple of really cool guys off there that sell knives all the time. One of the ones I bought off there was my mini J Cape, and I got a really good deal on it. But it is a little more wild, like you said. So yeah, what else we got going on today? Did the Null Knives Voodoo Sever 7, did the Voodoo drop yesterday or today or whenever it was supposed to? Is anybody going to buy one of those when it does drop? I myself haven't really thought about buying one because I've got one of each null knife right now, and I don't need the new pattern. It dropped and sold out immediately, huh? Yeah, I like my voodoo enough to keep it. Uh, I don't need the latest and greatest model every time. Like with the new scales, I don't. I don't know. I guess if I had just a few knives and not a bunch, then I might want to swap scales every now and then because I get bored of it. But if I get bored of it, I can just swap over to another knife. And I swear mine are called. I think mine is called black. I guess it is black. Some of those green micartas look awful black to me, and vice versa. Some of the black ones look kind of green to me. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the micarta itself. Sometimes it looks black and green at the same time. It's kind of weird. But the action on this thing is sick, and I love the actual blade shape and looks of it. And what is a chuck from Brian Brown? I mean, I'm familiar with Brian Brown, but not familiar with the chuck. I guess we could go look at it. Let's see. Brian Brown chuck. Well, what is that little one at the top? I'm not familiar with it. Oh, maybe is that a? Yeah, I don't know what the chuck is. Oh, here it is. First impressions. Chuck. Oh, fixed blade. All right. So that's it right there. Nick, cool little knife. I like how it comes with a scout carry sheath. Yeah. I like that leather thing that Lefty has. I need to get me a custom one made or make one myself out of leather. It's got a hollow grind too, huh? Pretty cool. Zombie tools. With your haircut, Sever, I could see why you like these knives. No, I'm just joking. That rat bastard, crazy looking knife. It looks like something you'd see in Elden Ring. I don't know if I'm at the right spot. Tools for the Apocalypse. I hope you weren't going to get offended by me saying that, Sever. Good morning, folks. Pete, it's called Alerts for Reddit. It's on iOS and Android. And it's the only app that I pay for. I pay like $5 a month to have it, so I get notices within 30 seconds of them posting on Knife Swap. But it's called Alerts for Reddit, and it's a it's a blue A. The app is there. It is on yeah. So alertsforreddit.com is the website where it'll link you to to get either one for iOS or Android. But it basically, if you don't pay for it, you'll get the notifications within like maybe 5 or 6 minutes. And if you do pay for it, you'll get the alerts within 30 seconds of them going up on the Reddit. And it can monitor any of the Reddit groups. So it's got like 5 or 6 of the big selling Reddit groups built in. There's some couple of EDC groups, Knife Swap. There's a few that it has built in. But yeah, it's helped me a ton getting first look at some knives when they just come up 30 seconds after they're posted when I'm doing something else, because I can't sit there and monitor Reddit all the time. And there's guys that just sit on Reddit watching that forum to grab knives, and I just can't be that guy. So that app is worth yeah. So yeah. I want to show y'all who I think makes the best fixed blades, and it's one of these links up here. So we will have to go through a few. These are some of the ones that I really like that we went over. I really love that wood textured tie on that handle. Really love that knife all around. That price is wild, but let me see if I can find the fixed blades I liked. Don't like the recurve on that one. I think this BMKT had a few that I liked. Yeah, I like that model a lot because they offer all the different blade shapes and handle materials. That's a super cool knife. That was one I liked. Let's see. That was a good price on that knife. Dark Bolt Arcus. See what that is. Oh yeah, that was a decently priced knife. Let's see. Was it New Guy? No, he made pry bars and stuff, and that little pipe. Okay, that was a little pipe. Dylan Mallory from Artisan has an Artisan that he's coming out with that I want. That's still not out yet. I was keeping an eye on him. Blackbird Blades. That might have been one of the ones. No, that was one of the guys we saw on. Yeah, that was one of the guys we saw on the knife. Bill Roden Blades, Bean Blades. The pre-order of that one is bookmarked. What is this one? Oh, the beggar. Chipped metal. Let's see. Could have sworn I had it bookmarked here. That one page that makes all those. It has to do with the drops that we looked at. I could probably find it easier going to the drop point. Yeah, let's just go to the drop point and go back about three episodes. Go to fixed blades. And should be able to find the ones I like here. There, I think, puts out a bunch of great little small fixed blades. Wasn't this guy? So that's Bald Man. Was it Cerberus? Yes, it was Cerberus. So I think my favorite small fixed blade category knife right now are these Cerberus. If I was going to get one probably myself to try out, it would probably be one of these. Because they're all little scout carry knives. He has all different kinds of blade shapes. They're all smaller size knives. And I think if I was going to try to learn how to EDC one, it would probably be one of these. I like the quality of his sheaths with the different the woven patterns, or real leather, or some of the topographical looks. I think this right here would be who I would check out. And I think the prices are fair too. And I even like this this PEI and DLC one that they showed up here, which I normally wouldn't even like, but quality looks so good on his. I even like this one. I don't normally like 100% USA made, 265, good price, Magna Cut, 64 to 65 HRC. And the finish on this is Zerblast over satin bevel. So the blade finish is Zerblast, which is what we were talking about yesterday, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm a big tech guy, Nick. Super big. See you later, Ron Crow. Have a good one. Yes, Sever. I believe we looked at that one a couple of days ago. That big idea, the Lookout, because it was named after Lookout Mountain here in Tennessee. But I think the prices on these and the looks, you can't beat them. Yeah, I really liked it too. and you can't beat it for 200 bucks. Heck, I just don't know if I want a little fixed blade. I mean, the clip and everything on it looks good, but I don't know that I want one that's in titanium. I'm just afraid it'll be too heavy. Like, could you give us the overall weight of that one? Because he doesn't have the weight listed on here. And I just feel like if I want a little fixed blade for everyday carry, I want it to be my Carta or some kind of lighter. Lighter weight than titanium. Man, I love my titanium knives, but when I get into fixed blades, I don't know that I've ever thought about having a titanium handle. I mean, I guess if they're... there's the weight. 2.6 ounces. Well, it's not too heavy. 2.2 inch blade, or 2.2 inch cutting length. Probably close to 2.5. Yeah, that would be definitely one I'd like to check out. I like the shape of it a lot. Good simple lines. But some of these I like. S90V. Really like that sculpt. My Carta. It's got two different blade shapes of it. S90V 235. I like the color of that. I like the material, and yeah, I think I might have to try one of his out. And it's not necessarily that I like all his. I mean, I guess I've got the Orion, so like his designs. I just like his little fixed blades. I mean, I like a lot of them. That's the same one in Magna Cut, I guess. And he has those little steak knife looking ones. That's the Riot. That's what you're talking about. That's what Nick was talking about. I just don't like the little steak knife style ones. I need something a little more blade to it. Yeah. All right. Well, good morning, Nick T. Yeah, the Asher little buddy is a great little knife. And I've still got that Kaiser baby that I have not I've not dyed the scales on yet. And I need to figure, oh yeah, and it's got that cool new sheath that they do. That's what I need to do, is I need to practice with it. I need to dye these handles a good color that I'll like. It's got the new Kaiser that can go from vertical to scout carry. It's got a 3.9 inch blade. The only reason I haven't really carried this one is because I don't like jade per se, so I want it to do it a cool color. But I can do it a cool color. I've got like 20 different shades of RIT. But I can move this down to where it'll work better for scout. I can actually take off this adjustment thing and just put it right on the sheath. I like Kaiser's new two-way mounts that they've got, so you can do it vertical or horizontal. That's pretty cool. And like I said, I could take this off and get the little spacers, a couple of little black, actually there's already one on there, and put this straight on there to where the profile wouldn't be so wide sticking out of your belt. But yeah, I need to practice carrying this little thing. And I guess there's another Kaiser that's kind of with a 3-inch blade that somebody mentioned yesterday to me. I can't remember who that was, but it looks a lot like this one. It's just smaller. It starts with a B too. Anybody know that Kaiser fixed blade? It starts with a B besides the baby. I guess we could go check real quick. But that was another super cool little knife that somebody mentioned. Kaiser fixed blades. Let's see. It started with a B. The smolt is, drummer got this week. It's not the beaver. It's not the bow tie. I don't see it. Maybe it was a Kickstarter. Laid off Pete. That's the new Kaiser clip that came with this knife. Yeah, and that's the kind I've been looking for too, that you can convert from horizontal to vertical. And I think they've just started adding this to some of their newer knives, because it's the first knife I've seen with it. And of course, you can tighten these up after you get it in the position that you want. I've loosened them a little so I'm able to move it. But yeah, it came with this knife. Yeah, it's the Buddy on Kickstarter. TC Blades, that's what it is. You were the one that mentioned it, I guess. The Buddy, that's it. Kaiser Buddy Kickstarter. So, let's check it out. Whoops. I bred Jack Russells for a bunch of years. Looks like that one's got the same clip. Maybe not. Maybe it's got one that goes around your belt. I might have to go with the Kaiser little one to start with because of how much I love Kaiser. And I love the handles on these way better than this jade on this one. That dog paw is cool. So let's see if it shows the clip. Yeah, here we go. Here's Melissa with it. Oh, so it's just got the old clip. But you can mount it either way. Jimping. Jimping ain't easy. Yeah, 39 bucks. Can't beat that. What are we looking at? Knife picks. Did you just post one? Yeah, TC just posted his. Awesome. Thank you, TC. That's a cool picture. Gives us a little size comparison next to the Cortex. Good morning, Fred the Lug. About to get on a flight, huh? Hopefully I'll get to meet you, Fred, at Atlanta Blade Show if you're going. Yeah, I really like the size of that little Kaiser Buddy, and the price is cool. And I could take the mount off of this Kaiser Baby and put on that one. Yeah, Nick, that's the clone that all of us have gotten. It's the same one that's on my table, the gold one. Nick, super cool knife. It does have all the adjustment screws like the original, where you can adjust the D10 and the lockup. Yeah, you need to get you one. The action on mine is not drop shut, but it's right where I want it. And the purple and gold look good together. I'm okay with it for now. I'll probably change it in the future, but this is the clone, Fred. Sorry, I'm a cheapie on some knives and spend money on others. It's the only fake knife on the table. The rest of them are all real. Yeah, this is the clone, but they did a pretty good job on matching it. And like I said, it's got the internal adjustable pins for the D10 and the lockup like the original. I've got a few brown originals. I've got a couple of Raptors. I've got the Jaeger. I got the Corvus. I know that's the other brother, but I guess that counts. I just I have in my head a certain limit on what I want to spend on production knives. Customs are different. If I ever bought a custom, I would be prepared to pay some extra, but production knives I think shouldn't be more than $400 or so. So when this one is up in the $800, $900, I just don't think, I don't know. I'd rather have this one. Sever mentioned this one. You got to get you a Noel Grace. Great little knife. I love my Knowles. I got the, Raiden, Raku, uh, Grace, and the Ghoul. The Ghoul, super comfortable knife. I love the lock bar release on it. Very comfortable. It's got a big old butt, if I haven't said that before. This is a junky knife. This shouldn't be on the table with all these others. But it's got a good hollow grind, and I actually think this is Zircotite because of the blacks. You can't get blacks in Damascus. So I think they messed up and put Zircotite in this for a cheap price, because you can't get those dark blacks in Damascus, but you can in Zircotite. So I guess that's why it's on the table, because it's pretty. Good morning, Still Addicted. Oh, TC, I thought yours was I thought since you said you got it in yesterday with that you got it from, yours was real. I guess that's a kind of a favor to the clone that I couldn't really tell the difference. Yeah, that buddy is super cool. S35 VN, good size. I think I might have to try one of those. There's Ed's. Was talking about earlier. He said he carried it last night. There's another picture of that. Great pics, by the way. Oh, there's gaming sandals. Automatic. Bernie. It's a cool watch. Can't wait to get my custom dial and build that watch. I don't know, it'll just be cool to have a watch with my name on it. Got some great knife picks going in the orbital knife, the Fornex. Let's go check that out. Orbital Fornex. Fornex. Yeah. Pretty cool looking knife. I guess they have thought you said it's carbon fiber. Oh, no, that was two different statements. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Mystic a little bit. Yeah, I think we did see that one day. Fuchs, you don't have to install Discord. You can use it right from the web browser. If you just click my link in a web browser, it'll take you right to the Discord. It's all available through the web browser. You don't have to download the app or install it or anything. Just go to my YouTube and click that. There's 2 links at the top, my Instagram and one more. If you just click that Discord link right there, it'll just open in the web browser. You can just pick a name you want to sign in under and be on there. No fuss. No muss. Yeah, it did look like the duck a little bit, didn't it? It's one of those different style slim knives that I don't have many of. I mean, it's the same kind of size as all the Shiros, I guess, kind of like long and thin. Most of mine seem to be kind of wider. I mean, I guess I got a few like that, but and like I said, that's the great thing about knives is some people can like uh, different styles. You know, like I mean, I guess ones like this are pretty close to that. You know, that's a pretty streamlined. Nothing big about it. I guess now that I look at it, more of them are, but I prefer kind of weirder, thicker blade shapes, like uh, you know, like the Grace or the. These are kind of long and thin, kind of look, but I prefer ones that have more of a pronounced blade. I don't know. So many different knives, so many different styles. What makes it great. Yeah, I've never had a problem with steel yet. Like, I'll just swap out to a different knife and strop the one that got a little dull, and I'm good to go. Any other super cool knives need to look at today? I want to see. I want to see somebody disassemble that one. What's the White Mountain Knives price on it? Same price, but 10% off, so 37 bucks off. With the Alchemy 10 code. Should take 37 bucks off. Yep, 37.50. Brings it down to 337. Huh. Doesn't look like there's any videos. Aha. No. Aha, back cover. Here we go. This shows the back cover of it. Yeah, it's got the same kind of back cover that that my Wii has. Except it goes all the way up the knife. So it's got the same kind of like little back cover that this one has, except it goes all the way up to the front. Same kind of deal. I don't have that right, but I understand what you're talking about with the. Yeah, it's got the. Wait, I've got that same. Wait, do I have a knife that does that? It seems like I've got a knife like that where you push the button down and it slides off. I'm familiar though. What knife is that I have that's basically the same thing? Yeah, basically the same. I've got another one with that button on the end. I can't remember what it is, but oh, y'all didn't even see the stupid video I was just watching. Golly, or maybe you did. Yeah, I've got one with that, or I've handled one with that little button. What knife is that? That's gonna drive me nuts now. Could have sworn I had one with that little button on the end. Well, all right, guys. What if we ain't gonna talk about anything else, I think I'm gonna start winding down. Uh, I've actually got to go take my daughter those 2 sanders today that she needs, so I got to go run and do that. I'm feeling a little better than when I first started the video, so that's good. So maybe it was just the first waking up blues. Yeah, I've got to fix the hole on this knife. I just don't like the placement. My finger wants to land there and it's not in the hole, and it makes it hard to open. Of course, I don't use this knife enough either, so I need to get it broken in a little. It's not a hangover. I don't drink, but I think it was one of those times where maybe I got too much sleep. My body was like, "What are you doing getting up? You need to stay asleep." But there's certain knives I need to carry that I don't ever carry. I think I might carry this one today. Sever7, I appreciate you as always. Still addicted? Scott, Pete, Nick, all y'all. Ed, Fred, if you're still around. Probably lost Fred when I said I had a AliExpress Cortex. It's all right. Drummer, post pics of what I did for Jed before and after. You did post those? Or you're going to? Folks, all y'all, let's go to the Discord. Gaming Sandals, Doc Seuss. I'm not sure what you're saying about the before and after for Jed, TC, but make sure you post those pictures. Oh, you're getting ready to? Yeah, we can hang out for a couple more minutes if you want to show us those pictures. I ain't got no, I mean, I ain't in no hurry. I just getting close to the 2-hour mark, so my voice kind of starts wearing out about after a couple hours. But yeah, I think I might carry the unnamed today. I love the noise it makes when opening a nice clunk. Yeah, I think I'll check it out today. And I need to carry my chunk sometime soon too. I really love this knife. Not just because I modded it, but and I guess a lot of people wouldn't like this knife. I started to put a mirror polish on this one, but never really finished it. I got close. As you can see, it's kind of a blurry mirror. But I put that blade hole in this one and took the flipper tab off. Oh, you love that Eclipse? Yeah, it's got some great action, doesn't it? I meant to ask you if you got those knives. I assumed you did because you don't live far from me. Probably had them for a while now. You have a chunk for me, Ed? Yeah, I saw that in your library. And it still had the pivot. It's got the same screws. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the pivot, this screw, and the thumb stud was actually that same screw too. And in Ed's picture, it still has the thumb stud as that pivot screw, and this screw, same style. Looks different than mine with the hole in it and the flipper tab. I actually, since we're going to be going to the Discord to look at TCs, might as well get over there. I posted a picture of it up here somewhere. Yeah. when I posted those flipper tab deletes. Oh, somewhere up here, I guess. Maybe I put it in general. Thought I put it in here. Yeah, right here. So there's what it originally looked like on the left. And there's what it looks like on the right now. I like the right one. And that flipper tab wasn't giant, but after I put the hole in it, it didn't need the flipper tab anymore. And I like the kind of different shape hole I put in. Like, kind of reminds me of the quiet carry hole a little bit. You can see they're kind of similar. I believe I heard something pop up somewhere, so maybe TC posted those pictures. before and after for Jed. Yeah. So cool. So you got a jade Grow turned into a purple Grow. And did you sand? Yeah, because it's got stone wash. And then it's got more of a shiny where you sanded the Grow off. Oh wait, did you add blade geometry too? No, the blade geometry was there. Okay. Yeah, that dye job looks great. Cool. Yeah, you said he liked purple, so that's purple. Awesome job. Oh, can't see it. Duh. So yeah, it started out life as that with the Grow logo, and it ended as that with the purple writ. What is this middle? Did you add that piece of metal? Oh, is that the wire you said you went and got? Is that super glued on there? Or did you melt it in? Oh, it's got a line there. You took a piece of copper wire maybe and put it in the little line? Is that what we're looking at? Tie inlays. What do you mean with tie inlays? That little piece is the piece of titanium wire? Oh, is it titanium wire that you anodized? Maybe now I'm getting it all put together. It's not brass wire, it's titanium wire. And it's anodized gold color, maybe. Great job. Did you super glue it in, or because it looks like there's a little bit of residue behind there? I'm guessing you super glued it in. The line was already there on one side, but you had to make the line on the other side, huh? Because is there a line? No, there's a line on both sides, maybe. Well, there's one on that side for sure. Yeah, there's one on both sides. Okay. Yeah, that was a good thought. Filling up that line with that. Yeah, the 30-second delay affects me more than anything. I mean, y'all hear what I talk about as it's live on the screen, so, but I don't see what y'all see until 30 seconds later. But yeah, trying to talk to me does get a little confusing sometimes. But at least y'all hear what I'm saying as you see it, as it's happening on the screen. I like how you took the logo off of it. Like everything about it, man. Southpaw Carey, have a good day, sir. I'm going to be getting out of here soon myself. Oh, epoxy? Yeah. Epoxy's the way to go. And yeah, you can sand all that out, get it all smoothed out when you're done. Appreciate y'all all being here today. Y'all know the deal. Clones are life. If you need me, you know how to get me on my email. bladealchemy4u@gmail.com. Join the Discord if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. And I'm sure all y'all subscribe. Don't have to worry about that. We're constantly pushing forward and gaining more subscribers every day. And I really appreciate y'all. We're almost up to 1,200 now, where it seemed like we were just at 1,000 not long ago. So moving on nicely. Watch hours is going up steadily. Appreciate all you guys that are playing those playlists. That really helps a ton. I will add in today's video to the playlist like normal. We're up to a little over 2,000 watch hours, so that's good. Love all y'all. Sever 7, TC, Southpaw, Doc Seuss, Nick, Pete, Ed, of course, Gaming Sandals, Fuchs, Drummer, Knives Are Life, Fred popped in for a little while. Let's see, who else? Nick T, Mr. Ron Crow. Didn't see Mr. Ron Dobbins today, I don't believe. Scott, as usual, in the background. You can always count on Scott being here too. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. I appreciate you nonetheless. Wouldn't be what it is without y'all, and we will see y'all tomorrow morning.